What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. You guys probably thought I wasn't going to put a video out today. Well, truth is, I had a very, very busy morning, and as you guys know, I'm the only one that puts content out on this channel because it's my channel. So that's why we're running a little bit late today. But that being said, looks like we didn't really miss too much, right? So obviously everybody's freaking out. There's a lot of red going on. I mean, really, when you pull back and you have a look at the chart, I mean, this is basically what we're looking at right here. It's not really that crazy. I mean, we were in a bear market for like 6 months straight. So like having a little bit of a pullback like this really isn't a big deal. I mean, you got to really look, guys. We were down here and we literally shot up straight up to here. So this is just one of those healthy corrections. I don't really think there's any particular news correlating with it. You can try to find things. You could try to piece together different ideas, but in reality, I think it's just another day in crypto. So that being said, you have seen the Bitcoin dominance go up to 48.4, pull back to 48.1. Everything's taking a hit today. I mean, there's literally nothing in the green. I think Binance was up by a percentage earlier. So that being said, guys, I did want to say that today is Ethereum's 3rd birthday, which is weird because Ethereum Classics was yesterday. That's strange how close they are. So I wanted to just point out my crypto. It was kind of interesting because one of the things that we've been talking about in this space is technology versus price versus what it's delivering. And my crypto kind of breaks it down, you know, as if Ethereum was a 3-year-old, right? Speaks gibberish, potty trained but still has accidents, runs but falls a lot. People think you're adorable, but you're really a pain in the ass, and sometimes you get puked on unexpectedly. So basically, you know, you got to learn to crawl before you walk, right? So a lot of these projects, a lot of this tech is still in the early stages, you know, even when you consider things like people love to compare it to the internet, you know, and how that was back in the day. So we still do have a little bit of a journey to move on. Now, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. I hate that stuff in crypto. Everybody's always getting so upset. This was pretty funny. So yesterday we were talking about McDonald's having the Big Mac coins coming out, and then that one person was like, so if the money in the Federal Reserve isn't backed by anything because we went off the gold standard, then does my McDonald's token technically have more value because it's backed by a Big Mac? And then Bancor responded to this news. They said, can we make a Mac coin combo? You add the fries, we'll provide the liquidity. So I thought that was really kind of funny, just kind of starting this off a little bit lighthearted. So this was sent to me on Telegram yesterday. I went to go see Mission Impossible, which I don't know if you guys saw that movie. It was really good. The new Mission Impossible. On a side note, super fun. Just saying. I enjoyed it. Anyway, so they were talking about the differences between how crypto was in 2017 versus 2018. You could see some of the key points are ICO liquidity 1 day versus 6 months. Fair distribution, right? They used to have the gas wars. Now they're calling it a layered Ponzi. You know, the seed round is getting in for 4 cents, private round getting in for 12 cents, ICO getting in for 20 cents, and then we're going to dump it for 50, right? That's like the mentality, right? So you're seeing that you're not able to get as high of gains. Pool fees are going up. It used to be a few credible exchanges. There was like Bittrex, Poloniex, Kraken, and several others. Now there's thousands of exchanges, which is great because that's more decentralization, but it also sucks from a liquidity standpoint. You can't move anything around. You can't sell anything, right? So then they also talk about the differences of the top projects. So you have GAFA Disruptor, which is basically Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple. So then they're saying that now it's 1 million transactions per second. Then they talk about ratings where, you know, you used to talk about cryptos. And I don't know about 2017 because I started my channel in January, but I remember I used to talk about cryptos. I used to do top 10 lists and all this other stuff. And people used to watch my videos and be like, oh yeah, you know, thanks. And I feel like now if I talk about any crypto, you're instantly shilling. And it's tough because there's so many projects out there. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, in a way, I think the market's becoming really oversaturated. Like, for example, if we just go to CoinMarketCap now, there's 1,707 coins, tokens. There was like 1,600 not even a couple weeks ago. Like, we've had like over 100 coins added into the market within at least this month alone. So yeah, getting back to this. So I don't know. And then, you know, you hear people, they were talking about fiat, right? Fiat is a scam. Now people would rather get paid in money. Tokens, hodl, now bags. Tether, stop it, print it. So very small graphic, but there's a lot in this image, okay? It doesn't have a lot going on, but there's a lot to think about. And I do think that the landscape is changing a little bit. I think that we are looking for tech. I think we're looking for innovation. I think white paper promises That was 2017. I think now, we want the MVPs, we want the prototypes, we want to be able to use these products, and we want to see them actually doing something in the real world, outside of the fact that, they also talk about the changes in the ICO space and all that other stuff. I mean, like look at this, seriously. These are ICOs coming out in August. I really look at how crazy this is. And these are just the ones that are confirmed, not even the ones that we don't even know about yet, that are just going to announce 2 weeks, a week before. I mean, look at this. Seriously, guys, look at how fast I'm scrolling through this. This has got to be like at least 35, 40 projects. Look at this. I mean, what is this? What is all? Me Token, ACA Network, LookRev, Sudancoin, Epic, Vertex. I mean, this is just, I don't know. For me, I'm overwhelmed, guys. It's just so many ICOs. I just don't know what to do. And when you look at the hype cycle of technology, you can kind of see that. I think we did sort of hit that peak, and we're finding ourselves here. So this is basically peak of inflated expectations, trough of disillusionment, ego void. Okay, this is where I think we're currently residing, right in this pool right now. And eventually, you are going to have the slope of enlightenment and the plateau of productivity. Now, are they all going to be there? Are all these projects going to be there? Absolutely not. Hell no. No way. I would be surprised if a handful of them make it beyond all of this, to be honest with you. You're seeing projects, developers totally leaving projects, ICO scams, cash grabs, companies not even delivering on their promises, and even projects that are valued in even like the top 25 of crypto are still really underwhelming in the sense of what they were promising or our expectations. So this is just something that we're going to see moving forward. I wanted to also point out to you the manipulation. So this actually came out in 2014. So you might know Jim Cramer from Mad Money. So this is him basically talking about manipulation and dirty tricks that short sellers use to manipulate stock prices, up and down. And if you think that these guys can't do this in crypto, that's crazy. Of course they can. It's easier to do it in crypto. Lower market cap, way easier to manipulate. So I'm actually going to drop a link to this so you guys can go into it. It's like an 11-minute video, and it's sad, but it does exist, and there is that manipulation as well. So there's so many hurdles that we still have to overcome, guys. So I wanted to leave that just kind of in the beginning, because that's the big thing, adoption, manipulation, ICOs. There's just so much stuff that's constantly going on in crypto that is making it difficult to kind of get over into that adoption curve. But yeah, so let's get into crypto now. So here we go. So this is kind of funny. So you have Pavel, the CTO of Satoshi Labs, who's over working at Trezor, basically getting into an argument with the Bitfi team, or Bitfi 6, which is John McAfee's kind of unhackable wallet that he's talking about. So they're like, you're definitely delusional, dude. None of these risks exist with Bitfi. He says Trezor with passphrases is immune against private key extractions. Why? Because it uses the same concept as your brain wallet calculator. It adds a passphrase stored in user's brain to the mix. And then Bitfi tries to pull up this article on Medium that says Trezor has all these security glitches. And then Pavel says, educate yourself. Go read BIP39 before you post any more of this crap. You are using the concept we at Trezor invented 5 years ago. And then Bitfi says, I hope it's not too similar because we filled over 24 patents on our tech, and if you are infringing, it could be a problem. And then he goes, you could stick your dirty software patents where they belong, in your big hairy butt, basically. So yeah, I don't know, a lot of stuff going on, guys, today. So then you also have Steam. They had to pull a game off of the marketplace. So it was called Abstracticisms. So basically what this game was doing was it was scamming the users into by creating fake items for them to purchase or sell on the gray market. And then at the same time, they were also mining in the background. So they said that they've recently removed the game and banned its developers from shipping unauthorized code, trolling with content, and scamming customers. So they're basically banned for life. So I thought that was an interesting story. And then boom, here we go, guys. We were just talking about scams. So you have Sky Mining CEO allegedly scamming investors, or so that's what they said. So it says, according to the local media outlet VN Express, the CEO of Sky Mining, which is a Vietnamese crypto mining firm, Lê Minh Tam is his name. They say he's run away with assets belonging to investors, as well as the company's funds. Assets worth around $35 million has allegedly been stolen. So basically what happened is they say he's gone into hiding for up to a week. And they said that he carefully perfected plans to clean out the company's assets. He said on Facebook that he wanted to apologize for his actions, blaming the company's non-profitability as a result of the volatile and downward markets in the last few months. And then he says that although they instructed investors to come to the office to collect their capital, when people got there, they were shocked to see a closed building with absolutely no signs. So far, 20 investors have taken this to the police so far. And then, just in breaking news, he reportedly puts out this 44-second video on his Telegram telling everybody that he's been really, really, really sick lately. And, here we go. He says, "I will contact you as soon as possible so that all workshops will be financially viable and affordable. Support for more than 100 agents. The machine will run again and you will have money. Thank you for your cooperation. I do not run or go anywhere. I will come back soon." However, the 600 mining machines that had been removed on July 25th have still not been returned. So we're going to have to see how this evolves, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but it's definitely a plot that's thickening with each turn, guys. I also want to talk about this. So now you're having a crypto confession come out of the CMO of Game Credits, confessing insider details of their $50 million ICO scam. This is a lot to read, guys. I'm not even going to go into it, but you got more of that coming out, and so I'm going to drop that in the links as well. And we also have a few things as well from Tron. So notably, the first thing is that Justin Sun has said that their next big move, they want to set up an office in India. At the same time, they're also dealing with these allegations of plagiarism. They were, people said that they had plagiarized the Ethereum white paper. Even Vitalik had made mentions of it. So then they go on in this article to basically explain that they claim still that they didn't, that with the similarities and stuff like that. So that's just more development from Tron. And then the last thing too from Tron is their secret project that they're working on with BitTorrent. So this is being titled Project Atlas. So basically what people are saying is that the Tron network will serve as the underlying protocol of this secret project. So hundreds of millions of BitTorrent users across the globe will become part of the Tron ecosystem. So to kind of add into that, BitTorrent will be the largest application on the Tron network, which will allow Tron to surpass Ethereum on daily transactions and become the most influential public blockchain in the world. However, I'm not too sure about that because I do know that there's a lot of transactions done on BitShares and Steemit and EOS as well. So I don't know if that's 100% true to that claim, but if it is, I mean, sure, that's something you could claim, but we still have to see how people are going to use it, adopt it, you know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot that has to be proven, not just from Tron, but from a lot of these other projects as well. I think that's the thing that we're, concerned about. So, in coin news, guys, my good old buddy Icon. So they have officially released their ICONex wallet for iOS. Finally, means I can use it. I'm not even going to check the price, actually. I'm not even going to check the price on that one. So also, we have IOHK launching Cardano smart contracts on their testnet for IELE virtual machine. They originally had the KVM that they did, so apparently this expands upon it. And if you want to read more about all of that, you could see this in their official statement from Cardano, so I will drop a link to that as well for anyone that's interested. They even have a demo and some other interviews and discussions in regards to its features. Something else I wanted to talk about, so we've been talking about crypto adoption, but I've been also worried about these other guys, these big players. So you do have HTC saying that they are also coming out with a blockchain phone that could potentially be a rival to Finney's phone, which is said to come out later in this year. But the problem is HTC says their phone is going to be coming out a lot sooner. So that's something that we need to worry about. But the purpose of bringing this article today was just to say that they actually have Charlie Lee, who's joined on board as a advisor to the team. So he basically met with them, and he says that the Exodus team is going to make sure to include Litecoin on the wallet, and they're also going to have support for Bitcoin as well. So I just wanted to just sort of mention that really quick in passing. You also have Mike Novagratz. Galaxy Digital is going to start trading on a stock exchange this week. However, he did say that if I knew what I know now, knew the crypto markets were going to swoon as much and it was going to take so long, I might have stayed private for another year or so and then gone public. But he says, I don't think it was a mistake. So that's just more things also. Okay, so I have a couple things I want you guys to read today, way too much, but I found 3 really cool articles that are all worth a look at. So the first one is, how do I explain blockchain technology to my grandma, which is, you know, it's kind of like a cute article. Came out a few days ago, but definitely check it out. It's pretty interesting. The second one is, they made an ultimate list of crypto collectibles. So we've been talking about these different ERC standards. You know, I have the CEO of Engine Coin coming on the channel. We're going to have a discussion talking about these different types of coins, different types of standards, tokens, I should say. So basically, they have a whole list here. It talks about all 50 of them. They have, you know, crypto kitties, crypto pets, crypto bots, crypto frogs, MLB baseball, virtual real estate, which is interesting, rare bits. Yeah, I've got 99% of this I haven't heard of. But yeah, so that's the entire list right there. And then the other thing too is, I highlighted, so there was this article that came out, and they were talking about what are the fatal, I'll scroll up, you can see the fatal flaws of blockchain, and it goes into explain it. But I highlighted this section right here because they say that there's a lot of problems still in blockchain. This is the person writing this. This is not me, okay? But I want us to think about this. They say there's no proven use cases, even as a currency. It's arguably failed for now due to the high fees and price instability. Okay. No proven scalability solution. A few solutions are being proposed or in early adoption, but nothing is officially proven yet. There's no proven solution for private data storage. There are some advanced crypto magic solutions being proposed and tested, but none proven so far. And then the tendency of blockchain networks to become centralized. The emergence of corporations with data centers constructed solely for mining cryptocurrencies, and the emergence of large mining pools are one of the main causes. You know, we have seen these concerns with Bitmain and their associations as well. Also, as far as just centralization in crypto in general, it's kind of ironic because you tend to see that the most successful companies in crypto are extremely centralized, right? You have Binance being like one of the biggest exchanges that everyone pretty much uses, being extremely centralized. Although they are trying to become decentralized, have decentralized aspects about them, they still are very centralized. Coinbase, one of the biggest onboarding fiat to crypto ramps, especially in the United States, very centralized. So that's an issue. And then the other thing that they have, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I actually think this picture is really cool. I don't really know what this means, but basically what they're trying to talk about is that people tend to react emotionally. They react out of self-interest, and they don't always make the best decisions for the group of people, for everybody. So this picture is really cool. It says, those who have time to stand in line, wait here. And there's one guy. And then it says, those who don't have time to stand in line, stand here. And the line is packed. But the irony is that these, you see like the irony of the picture? Everyone that actually has time is on the shortest line, and everyone who doesn't is on the longest line, right? So that's the irony of it. And, you know, it goes down to basically say the main conclusion of this is that if you think about it, this does not sound like the kind of decision-making you would depend on to properly manage your money, properties, freedom, voting, medical information, and all other things considered as blockchain applications, except that is exactly on what blockchain systems are based on. So this is the fatal flaw. Essentially, you know, that masses usually don't make good decisions based on reality, facts, or long-term consequences. So that's from this author, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. It's not me saying this. This is from this guy. But I will drop this in the description so you guys can have a look at it and see what you think about that. Also, Anthony Pompliano on Twitter, so he says, last year, most traders thought they were a genius during the crypto bull market. This year, there aren't quite as many geniuses. Haha. And CZ from Binance says, the year is not over. It seems people become geniuses right around September to Xmas time. So we'll see if history repeats itself again. I mean, last year, right around, remember how just after consensus we started having that little bit of bull run, but it took like 2 weeks after? Well, if you kind of see what's been going on right now, I mean, it's been a little longer than 2 weeks, but we are starting to go up again. Yeah, we took a dip today, but so what? You know, we really had that nice shoot up from when I think we hit like 60, was it 58 or I don't remember what it was. But anyway, guys, so that being said, I don't want to get off topic here. So finally, also from Anthony Pompliano, he says he's sticking to his $50,000 Bitcoin prediction for the end of the year. He gives 3 major reasons. I will drop that in the link below so you guys can end today on a good note, because I know everybody hates a red day, but you know, these things happen. So that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I know this video came out a little bit late today, but at least I put a video out, guys, okay? So that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. You guys are awesome. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting means the world to me. Really, really, truly does. Pleasure to have you here. So my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and peace out.
stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
I heard you around or about in the lunchroom.
See, there it is. Violence at NBC, GE.com. I mean,
well, Allison should know.
what is internet anyway?
With an email address, you can tap into 20 million other computers on a worldwide system called the Internet.
Internet is that massive computer network, the one that's becoming really big now.
You can get to South Africa or anywhere else by going through a series of menus or typing an address.
You can send and receive mail to and from people all over the world.
It's interesting because one would think if you're anonymous, you do anything you want. But people have in a group, have their own sense of community and what we can do.
Remember, not everything on the internet is picturesque or even pleasant.
It came from California, maybe. Traveled by electronic mail. It spread across America. How insidious was this virus?
Well, it spread very quickly.
What do you mean? How does one do you write to it like mail?
The internet, at first, when you look at it, and when you go through it, can seem overwhelming and complex. But actually, as you take it one piece at a time, one bit at a time, and explore it and have fun, it gets to be easier and easier.
The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A. The way in which I can take a $20 bill and hand it over to you.
Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual currency.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. People use it every single day to transfer money all over the world.
It now allows us to receive payments from anywhere in the world instantaneously.
Right? I mean, Bitcoin is completely not understandable.
It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal.
It's impossible to be shut down. That's the beautiful thing about it. There is no Bitcoin place. You can't shoot Bitcoin.
No one's in charge.
Free
Totally
market.
decentralized.
Okay,
Free
so
market.
Of course, it has its negative side. It means that the gangsters, the people who are engaged in illegal transactions will also have an easier way to carry on their business.
Money laundering, and for prostitution, and for drug dealing using bitcoins, anonymous bitcoins.
I think it's going to take a long time. I think it'll take a while, but I really think it will catch on.
We hear you, Jeff. I'm just trying to get to grips with all this technology stuff.
Just look at the venture capitalists that are already getting involved. Tim Draper, Mark Andreessen.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to replace international trade.
Cryptographic currencies are going to be a mainstay of our financial future. They are going to be part of the future of this planet.
It's fascinating.
This is the time where people should be trying really big, crazy things.
Bitcoin is the internet of money, and currency is only the first application.